Ah,
Probably not a bad plan. Tea time is left. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Apparently no one's coming back now. Maybe. Oh. We're gonna have to just do this with Momo. Which guy?
nope. Okay, this is the one that I haven't messed up. All right. And we're live on Twitch. People can see you cuddling the moo.
I mean, she's very cuddle worthy.
Oh yeah, I'm not debating that.
And she's very loudly purring.
Yeah, except I set up the filters on your end so it doesn't pick up background noise.
Oh, Moo Moo, did you hear that? He's censoring you.
I'm not the government, so technically it's not censoring.
She's unhappy with this circumstance regardless.
Yeah, because you moved like 1 inch to the left. How dare you?
I know I'm very rude.
All right, so we're gonna get started in a bit with the season finale, as I like to call it, for season 1 of the Binaries Conditions podcast. Yay! Very exciting.
I'm proud of you that it's your season 1 finale.
Thank you, babe. Considering I had like 10 episodes, you think there'd be more guests on this list?
Well, so far you have one viewer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to look at the numbers. Because honestly, like 90% of my views come from outside of when I stream, because I don't stream at a very friendly time for myself. And like a podcast, it's all about offline views, which both adds and doesn't add, which is a little weird, but I'm not going to get into that. Because there's a whole thing about this recent update.
Fair enough. I don't know anything about the recent update.
Basically, the TLDR is that they did some Twitch admitted that they did something on the back end, because people have been noticing for a long time that they weren't getting views.
Mm-hmm.
So people, and they're like, "Oh, we're combating bots." So they just basically said, unless you're actively watching and commenting on people's streams, you don't count on the viewer count.
You do realize we're having this conversation live, yeah?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Just checking.
I'm not saying anything inflammatory. This is the official statement that they were for combating view bots, and as a consequence of that, if you have too many tabs open on Twitch streams and you're not actively chatting, you may not appear on their viewer count. So for myself, I just find it easier to just not look at the view counts live, because I'd rather just focus on, on talking the actual thing we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to
Shall we
come,
get chatting?
yeah, sure. I'm just trying to find I was stalling for time because All right, let's the script intro.
Good job.
I had it in front of me, then it went away, then I lost it, so I'm like, oh, back to square one. Here we go.
Really?
What?
I just put Moo down. And she's like, no, mum, no, the cuddles are happening.
Of course the cuddles are happening. You don't get to say no matter.
Did you know that I have been subbed to you for 3 months?
Have you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
See?
Ah, there it is. Thank you, babe. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Holy crap, I have been doing it for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm. She's so loud. Oh my goodness, it's so funny.
Oh, here we go. All right, I found the script. All right, let's get started with the actual episode, shall we?
Good plan.
All right. Hello, welcome to episode 11 of the Binary Connections podcast, the season finale. We're here joined by the wifey, the lovely Jenny Flores Designs, and
the Moomy.
And the lovely Moomy Cat. As we just have a little brief discussion about all the guests we've had and all the stuff we learned and talked about. So let's get started with the intro.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry. Would you like to introduce yourself first?
No, go for your intro, babe. Go for it.
All right. We live in a world full of interesting people, all connected through amazing technology, without which we wouldn't meet half the amazing people we all know. Have you ever wondered, what does that person do in their free time? I wonder if they have any hobbies I don't know about. I wondered how people keep themselves both connected and engaged at the same time. This is the podcast for you. Join professional old man, the oldest man Rod, as he talks to people in very public spaces, Twitch streamers, cosplayers, game designers, and so much more, to learn about who they are and how they keep themselves connected in such public-facing roles. So we bring back our very first guest, the lovely wifey. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Wifey. This is Moo. We're in the other room.
Yep.
I also do a little bit of live streaming as well myself. I'm part of a group called Melbourne Meeples, and we run board game events. And I also am part of a podcast for that, which is called the Friendly Meeples Lounge. And I sew, if the sewing machines and craft supplies in the background don't sort of make that very, very clear.
Which is why we have the sewing machine sitting in my library.
It's all about me.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Of course. So you were the very first guest we had on this podcast.
I was. And we talked about that board game community, which quite timely. We just had the big game night out in the city in Melbourne, which happens the night before PAX.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really awesome. And we had a great time. And had lots of really amazing people there who probably would all be pretty interested in this podcast as well, I think, because you really talk to a lot of people who the board game community and
Mm,
the Twitch community, I think, overlap a lot more than
yeah. Hey,
could be relevant or could be apparent.
hey, babe, I hope you don't have anything sensitive open on your monitor.
Why?
I can see it reflected on your glasses.
Well, that's a really easy way to fix that. There we go.
Okay. But yeah, like this.
Oh, I have so many tabs you can't see what they are anyway.
Awesome. Um, but yeah, like there's a lot of interconnected things I had talked about in this podcast. Talking to people from all sorts of walks of life, and the two things they have in common is they like the internet, they like nerdy things, and they like
Yeah.
talking about all their special interests.
Well, it was really fun to be your first guest, and I'm really
Yeah.
glad that I was your first guest to get you all kicked off. And oh, now we've lost the moo.
No.
Awesome. That means I can.
Well,
No, this is a good thing because it means that I don't have to hold her, and she's quite heavy.
yeah, that's fair. Uh, but yeah, it definitely helped a lot that you had a lot of experience doing podcasts, because I certainly didn't.
Hmm.
I
I
thought
find it really fun
I
doing.
I do enjoy the interviews a lot, but definitely there was not 100% skill transfer. I thought it would be from streaming to recording a podcast.
They're
I
very different skills.
there's the overlap of talking to people, but very different ways of talking to people.
Yes, very much so.
So that was definitely a lesson learned for the first episode. But it was good to just have a general discussion about why we both like to run board game events and what attracted us to the board game community as a whole.
I think there's also a really big difference in that I have been talking for my job daily for a very, very long time now. And it's not something that you're used to, but also now having 3 years of experience doing a podcast, being an event manager, all that kind of stuff. It really makes a big difference. But I think you've come a long way since your first episode. And I can definitely tell that you're a lot more confident now in the way that you interview people, and it comes across in the episodes being really nice and smooth. Smooth.
Uh,
Smooth, which is awesome.
well, that is definitely from my experience. Like, the first thing you have to do is you have to hit record, and the second thing you have to do is to keep hitting record.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's definitely But it was no, it was definitely good. Like, I definitely carried some of that, even though I felt pretty confident from our first episode because you definitely were helpful, going back and forth. We came across the second episode with the lovely Mimi Maple, and that was
Mimi.
a goddamn nightmare.
I loved your
Not because
second
no,
episode.
not because of Mimi herself. She's a lovely person and she was very easy to interview. I was talking about the back stuff, all the back end stuff that was blowing up throughout the entire episode.
But it was really fun watching you chat with somebody about a hobby that I had many years ago, which you don't really know as much about. And listening to the back and forth about you learning about something that I've been quite passionate about for a long time was really fun.
Yeah, it was definitely something I wanted to talk to her about because I wasn't because there was always a perception that Warhammer was a boys' club. So just hearing from someone who's not as overrepresented in the community was a refreshing point of view.
Oh my goodness. I have just discovered that I have a whole bunch of ants in my office and it's really, really annoying.
Yeah, but just as a hint of what happened in the background, I've had several of my programs freezing halfway through recording. My entire computer crashed halfway through this session. It took me an entire hour just to get everything set up so I could see Mimi on my end, and I feel quite bad because I was jokingly blaming her because her model's pretty big, and while we don't have the world's fastest internet down here in Australia, it wasn't so big that it should have been causing that many issues. Turns out,
It did definitely cause a few issues.
oh no, it wasn't her model. It wasn't her model at all.
No, I meant the internet.
Oh yeah, the
caused
internet.
a few issues.
No, well, I eventually figured out what it was. I didn't have the driver for one of the programs, and what the second I start doing graphic intensive stuff, it would cause the GPU to crash.
Well, that's annoying. At
Oh,
least
yeah.
you figured out what it was, though.
Yeah, it only took me 3 weeks.
Mm. Well, then there was your next guest, Mina.
Oh yeah, Mina, the lovely Mina, who has a head for merchandising. I try to remember the
Well,
name of
I
the
mean,
character from Spaceballs.
oh my goodness, I haven't seen Spaceballs for such a long time, but it's a really, really funny movie. But yeah, I had a really good convo after that chat with Mina as well about different types of merch,
Mm.
where they're available, how you can get them out there, and really cost-effective ways to do so. So I really enjoyed that episode a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely it was definitely good to talk to someone who just very recently had in their mind talking about how they could do their own merchandising, because there's definitely attacks for streamers and VTubers for who don't know how to do those things, and they get charged premiums without knowing that they are being charged premium.
Very much so.
So it was definitely good to talk to someone who's like, oh, you can do this, I want to do this, and just get an insight of what the kind of things that are expected versus what you want to do with your branding. I don't like that word, but it's very accurate for this circumstance.
I mean, it's not a dirty word. Branding and merchandise, I don't think should be considered dirty words. They're part of, running your own business.
Oh yeah.
And, when you have fans, being able to offer merchandise is a good thing.
I definitely think stickers are the way to go, because like going to PAX last week, all the VTubers either had business cards or little stickers of their characters, and that was really fun.
I did like getting all the stickers. I'm disappointed that I only ended up with one pin out of PAX.
Yeah, me too.
There used to be so many free pins available.
There were a few. I didn't give you the. I didn't give you the pin quest guide, did I?
No.
Yes, I did, Mr. Clamshell. He was one of the.
Hi, Clamshell.
He's one of the people I met at the VTuber meetup at PAX.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm very sorry that I missed that.
I can very confidently
fun to
say.
go to.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I misgendered you. Anyway,
Rude.
yeah, I know. Look, I rolled a 50-50 and I lost, so I apologize. But I can confidently say that. Sorry.
I apologize, Clamshell. He usually is the.
Oh dear.
He never ever means it intentionally.
Which is something I will circle back to once we talk about our last guest, because we had some very good talks about that kind of thing. But I can confidently say that it is a good idea to think about what your brand is, what your persona is, and how you can present that to people. Because my favorite one was Duggars, who had like that little fold-out business card, and his little and you could see the inside his little cave that you see in the starting screen, and that was a very clever design.
I really liked his business card, and at least with his business card, clearly somebody proofread it properly, and he doesn't have advertising for live steaming.
All right. But you steam your clothing, so you can get away with that.
I have 250 business cards now that
I
say that I live steam.
Steamed ham, delicious.
Yeah, except that it's to do with clothing, not as exciting as steaming dumplings or anything like that. Let me just go stand in my other craft room and steam a blouse while we chat about fabric selection.
And
Oh my
that's already
God.
something you do, so it doesn't sound too far fetched.
I'm so annoyed though that 250 business cards that say live steaming.
I I think that'd be a very good icebreaker, honestly. The people who care
Most
will,
people that have seen it have giggled.
yeah, like the people who care will notice and pick up and talk to you about it. And the people who won't care, they won't talk to you about it. But that's why like the VTubers are very much drama kids. They love to embrace the scuff.
Look, do I need to get my very expensive iron in the picture?
Well,
Because it's right over there and it's like a $300 iron. So, there we go.
with your $100
Let's
ironing arm,
my $100 ironing arm.
the thing that looks like a Halo energy sword.
Oh, that wasn't $100. But anyway,
Anyway.
it's called an iron extension. But anyway,
yes. Okay.
or it's a sleeve board. And this is the problem, Clamshell. I am dyslexic. So I had Rod and one other friend check the card for me, and both of them went, yes, that looks fantastic.
In my defense, I didn't read it, and the other one did. And
Thanks.
I just saw the whole thing as a whole, and couldn't read any of the words. And then the other one saw it, made a joke about it, and you didn't pick up that they were being sarcastic.
Because that's not what I thought she was talking about. But anyway,
all right.
Moving on to episode 3, Mifui.
So we had Mifui, yeah. So she's a very lovely person who wanted to get into doing IRL streaming, and she just recently had an experience at Anime NYC.
Nice.
Where she live streamed herself, walk around the show floor. So between that and she wants to go back to her roots as a pastry chef and do not just play video games but also do cooking videos. I thought she'd be a very good person to talk to about the difference between being a virtual VTuber with a virtual persona and being a real life flesh and blood person. Because
is she going to be doing her cooking videos with her VTuber model?
Yeah, she's done a couple already where she has a model on the bottom right of the screen, but you see her cooking.
I would absolutely love to get Mifui back and chat with her again, because that was a fun chat.
It was.
Actually, all of your guests, I loved all of them. They were all very fun.
Yeah, I do like to vet my guests. Yeah, I'm here trying to get her back because I definitely should be a good person to talk to more about love of food as a whole. Because her background as a Filipino and being a pastry chef, she definitely has a love for it. So it'll be good to talk to someone about that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So then after that, we had Jasper.
Yes.
I
love Jasper's streams. I love that you can literally just drop an idea and she'll chat about it for half an hour. It's great.
See, that's great for her streams. It wasn't so great for my streams where you're trying to get a cohesive story out of somebody and they just go on 50 different tangents.
But she didn't. She was so coherent on your episode. I thought she was fabulous.
She was. Okay, I make that sound worse than she is, but she was definitely the biggest difficulty spike in the streaming because everyone else,
Really?
they I could very easily just ask a lead-on question that was just get the conversation going. Whereas with her, I was constantly like planning ahead what question to ask next just to stay on topic without ruining her flow. Because one of the things I do, which people may not see, is I read a basic script and I give them like I had some questions that I would like to ask them, but it's
Hmm.
very hard to stick that script depending on how people talk and how the flow of conversation goes. And Jasper was very unpredictable.
Well, there's your first lesson as a podcaster, is that while it's great to have a script and great to have a guideline, not sticking to the script quite often makes for a much better
Oh,
episode.
I didn't stick. Oh yeah, I didn't stick to the script, but I was still fighting to keep her on topic because I know from watching her streams, I know she can just be. She's one of those people who's like, "Oh, don't get me started. Oh, you got me started." In the same sentence.
She was great.
No,
So honestly,
we love her. Yeah, but like
yeah,
yeah,
no script
exactly
survives.
clamshell. She said no script yapper come into contact with the scripted yapper, so it was very much two people at odds with each like with their method.
I actually think that's one of the things that makes the podcast that I do with Chris and Stu really successful is that while both of them like to have a guideline, I'm really good at just going for it.
Hmm.
And Chris has said so many times that I'm the easiest person for him to edit because I'm the person with the least amount of stumbles. And the only thing he really has to edit out for me is the swear words.
So many swear words. Good old Aussies.
Well, it's not my fault.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure it's
I
all.
blame the people that that brought me up.
Yeah, I definitely blame the Australians for my vernacular. Uh,
Absolutely.
but yes, no, she was no. I enjoyed my time with her, but it was definitely a learning lesson of how to. It was definitely a skill check of how to manage conversations. But we learned with every experience. So
Absolutely.
so then after that, we brought back Mina.
I really enjoyed the episode 5 with Mina, where you were talking about not safe for work content. That was really interesting because
Mm,
it's something that I've always wondered about, and how does it fly with Twitch and how do you make it work?
mm.
And yes, agree. No vernacular survives contact with an Australian. So, um, yeah. I mean, that being said, I am actually English. So
Must
I know
not.
I don't sound it, but I am actually English.
Yep, lots of biting my tongue. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, because there's quite a few. I've come across a few people on Twitch who I never would have thought they did adult content and sex work
Mhm.
until they just say, "Hey, here's all my links," and I'm like, "Hang on, that's not a that's not a social media."
Mhm.
Oh, you have to be 18 plus to enter that site. Interesting.
Yep.
So like it was interesting to see how there's a how it's both connected and disconnected to the person because
Mhm.
you're not just you're just not the not safe for work stuff. You're also a whole different person, but it's also part of your personality. And yeah, that's a whole bunch of things people don't consider, which I learned.
Very much so.
But yeah, look, that was definitely a very interesting because I am not part of that world, so hearing those kinds of experiences were very fascinating to me.
Now, look, I do have to unfortunately admit that the last 4 episodes I haven't actually seen because I've been streaming myself. Have you watched any of my streams?
Yes.
Have you what? Okay, you watched one
No, I've watched several.
for the whole stream.
Most of the time. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Especially the one that you were interviewing Bulba at the same time that I was streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching before I went live.
Mm-hmm.
And for the real fans, you can see me.
And then hijacked my stream
Oh, how many times have you
to
hijacked?
show Bulba our cats.
How many times have you hijacked my stream?
Never. You've asked me to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I agree, Clamshell. For shame.
Yeah.
He's so rude, hijacking my stream to show off cats.
Corset competition. Oh, sorry, I got a cough there.
Oh, but see, that's just fun, and people enjoy that.
And people enjoyed seeing our cats.
Yes, but they see the cats without you having to bring them in.
Anyway. Okay, so we had me. Okay,
Mimi,
so we
about
so we
VTuber Tech.
so this is where we had the so. Can you see a cat, Tamara? Maybe. We'll the cats on during the ad break.
We don't need to because we've got a Mimi right here.
Well,
she was on before Clamshell. You didn't see when she was sitting on my lap before. Come on, Mimi. Come on.
So this is basically the
now that I want her
the rerun season of the episodes because we had we talked about Mina. Then we had Mimi brought back in because I needed to do a whole redo of the entire first episode. Because I was
they do hijack the episode.
Yeah, of course they do. I mean, I'm used to it.
Say hi.
Okay, it looks a little sus having the little guy belly drumming in the corner.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but I've been looking at it the whole time going, what is he doing?
He's belly drumming. That's what the emote's called. Yeah, so that's...
See, now that I want Mumu to sit on my lap, she's like, no, bitch.
She's not chunky.
I didn't say anything about...
No, I'm telling Clamp that...
Clamshell, she's not chunky.
No, she's just a short hair, so she's not as... doesn't hide it as well as the long-haired cats.
She's 10 years old and she's got a little belly, but she's not actually fat. She only weighs 5 kilos, which is perfectly normal. Do you want to say something? Okay, thank you. she's 10 years is actually senior for a cat, but they do actually live. Ours are very, very sheltered cats. They only live indoors.
Yeah. Also, she just likes to double chin a lot, so she looks chunkier than she actually is.
She does. She looks chunky, but she actually only weighs 5 kilos. She's a little wee girl.
She doesn't have like long hair like the boys do to hide all the imperfections.
That's true. All cats are babies. I agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, the boys definitely have a lot more fluff. Would you like me to try and find the boys?
I don't think that's a question at this stage.
All right, hang on. Talk about your Mimi episode.
All right. So I brought back Mimi second time because she has a background in IT. So we got her to talk about their 2-computer setup because a lot of people don't know all the stuff that goes in the background for VTuber, so she was a good guest to talk about her 2-computer setup, what all the requirements are, and her natural evolution from, doing a typical pre-made models to having her own custom model with custom rigging and monitoring, and having a 2 PC setup so she could have the 1 PC just for her model and 1 PC playing Warhammer. Because, real-time strategy games are very resource intensive, and so are real-time 2D rendering modeling. And once again, she was just like always. She was a lovely person to talk to. We like the Mimi, and she's wifey's Kamiyoshi. For those who don't know what a Kamiyoshi is, it is a Japanese term that says Oshi means it's a slang term for your favorite idol, or in this case, streamer. And Kami means God, so it's like the one you drop everything to go and watch.
I have herded all of the cats. And yes, I love watching Mimi.
All right, well, we have an ad break coming up, so now's a good time to show the cats.
Ow. Come here.
I thought you said it. Okay, so that's the big boy.
This is the Fluff.
Yeah.
Hey. I think the previous question was about. Yeah, see, this one is the big boy. The previous question was about where are the cats? Welcome to our Maine Coon, Percy.
Yeah.
He's the softest, sweetest, fluffiest, cuddliest boy that ever existed. And then we have the teeny tiny cat.
Who
Wanna
everyone,
go over here for me, baby?
who everyone confuses because they both have gray haired. Huh.
Good boy. Good boy. You don't want the treat. There you go, Fluff.
Huh.
Fluff will have the treat. And Tiny will have the cuddles.
Yeah.
This is a different cat to the last one I picked up. I know they look very similar, but this is the teeny tiny one. No, we has cuddles now.
So we have the cat, the golden retriever in a cat suit, and the chihuahua in a cat suit.
This is the Chihuahua.
There we go. There's the
You
ad
gonna
break.
say hi? Yeah, they're kind of cry worthy.
Yeah.
This little one makes us cry too.
Yeah. I'm gonna
He's
change
so
his cover.
naughty.
I'm gonna change his government name to Mr. Piddles.
He is so unimpressed with me cuddling him right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey? So wait, when there's an ad break, does that mean anybody who's not subscribed or something actually sees an ad rather than the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
You have to be affiliate or above to get that, which you haven't
Huh.
hit just yet.
Nope.
So
Do you have opinions?
I believe they just recently decreased the bar for that so it's a lot easier. And
Okay.
like, well, for my theory is that they just want more people to be affiliates so they can start getting ads. Whereas the people who
They'll come back, trust me.
They'll come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
they're all sitting around me at the moment.
yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. There we go. All right, so we're back from the ad break. We had a lovely. What's my theory? Look, Twitch just wants more money, so they decrease the threshold for affiliate just so more people can start getting ads on their Twitch. Because right now the way it's set up is, if you're affiliate, you can enable ads to get money, and if they make that easier, there's more income revenue. It's not that conspiracy theory. That's just business. Anyway. So we had Mimi. So it took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes to get an Australian who's not in my household into this podcast.
Hamboy?
Hamboy.
I mean, he was lovely. I did actually watch a little bit of the Hamboy episode.
Yeah, like, he's someone I've known from the background for a while because he has been streaming for a long time and part of the AusTubers community. So he's pretty well known not behind the scenes. In that community. Yeah, that's the better word. He's such a lovely guy. We love him. And he was a very good person to talk to because they've been streaming I believe he said 8 years total, and about 3 of those are as an actual VTuber. So he was a very good person with lots of experience about how you stay motivated when you're just doing this as a hobby, which is the reality for most people. Because,
When
hmm,
when was the VTuber meetup at PAX? Was it on Saturday when I was there?
yes,
Why didn't you tell me?
because you were with other people.
Fired.
You can't fire me. I'm not hired.
Yeah, I did hire you.
That's not. That's not a
Yes,
business.
thank you, clamshell. Sorry, clamshell. I agree. Betrayal. Absolute betrayal. You could have said, "Hey, babe, this is a VTuber meetup. Do you want to come and meet some people?" And I would have been like, "Yeah," because that's where you were standing outside of that room waiting, right?
Yes.
And I saw you upstairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've already established I was
Mm.
brain dead at that stage.
Mm-hmm. What was your handmade cloak making you too warm, frying your brain?
No, talking for 3 days for 3 days straight about board games and card games.
By the way, clamshell, if you did see the blue velvet cloak, I made that. That's my thing. That's what I do for my streaming.
Yeah, she makes epic clothes and fashion accessories.
I make all the fun things.
All right. So now we're gonna talk about the lovely Bulbasaur, who
Mhm.
I saw the panel for at PAX, and we got a little sneak preview what she was going to talk about at that PAX panel, because she told us about her experience being a streamer and a emote artist for the website.
I really like Belba, and the only reason oh, I that I didn't watch that episode, I was busy streaming myself, and
Hmm.
I'm so bummed that I didn't get to meet her at PAX, and, yay, I'm glad that made him stand out in the crowd. That makes me feel better.
Yeah,
I contributed. Yay!
yeah. She was very lovely, and it was got some good insight about the business aspect of being an artist and streamer. Because most people just see people drawing and they think, and there's the whole thing of like, oh, you have to do art purely for the sake of it and not treat it as a business. Where the reality is, art, being an artist, is a business.
Yeah, it sure is. Before the stream started, we were actually talking about that where, I've just finished making a dress for a friend that she's taking to, um, the board game convention in Germany in Essen,
Mm.
and I'd said to my friends if someone had to pay me to make this dress, it would have been $400. And Rod's like, "Whoa, that's so expensive." Handmade couture dresses, $400, not
No, no, no,
expensive.
no. I said it's a lot of money. I didn't say it was expensive for the
Okay,
service you
yeah,
delivered.
it is a lot of money, but I have a lot of experience, babe. And that's the same thing as Belba with being an artist. So if you're not familiar with who we're talking about, Belbasaura, um, her art is beautiful. I've looked at so much of her art. $400 for a couture dress, not
Yeah,
a lot.
it's cheap for a custom made.
If I'm making a wedding dress, it's generally they start at 5,000. So, yeah.
Yeah. And, and before that, we have the last guest, who I forgot to ask for a little memento. Uh, Psy- Psyotic.
Scryotic?
I don't think you pronounce
Isn't it
the R.
scryotic?
Psychotic. There we go. That's how you officially pronounce it. It's spelled differently.
Psychotic. Okay, cool.
Um. So she was a lovely person we got to talk about, because she's a punk rocker and a trans and person of the trans community. And she was the first person I didn't have to ask anything. She just asked her own questions and answered them. No. She just basically, she had the script ready and just knew all the answers because it's something she's very passionate and talks about a lot. So she was just came in guns blazing.
I did watch a little bit of that episode. I've unfortunately been a little bit unwell for the last month as well, which is very frustrating. But it was lovely to hear somebody chat with you that was super passionate about their community and representation and making sure that they're right out there. And yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
I love it, especially when we're living in times where, oh, I'm sure you guys can still hear me, but my headset just died. Give me one sec.
All right.
Switch to the other one.
There you go.
I just realized it's literally just converted to default speakers out of my computer, which is great because that's going to start messing with the microphone.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it. Oh, let's pair this. Okay. I just need to really quickly. I'm really sorry, babe. I didn't mean to mess up your stream. Is the sound now not coming out of? Oh no, it is still coming out of my
Yeah.
Yeti.
You
Okay, we're
haven't
good.
disconnected at any stage.
That's a really good question, Clampshell. Why are there only 3 episodes of your podcast on YouTube?
I haven't had time to edit any of them. Like, I don't want to just do VODs. I want to like actually edit it out so I get a decent conversation. And editing 1 hour long episodes may not sound like a lot, but it's very time consuming.
Do you know sometimes it's better just to get them up there and edit them later?
You're right, but I don't like it.
I am.
You can. I think the only one missing between Twitch and YouTube is episode 4.
Is that the Moifui one where?
No, that's not the. No, sorry, it's not Mifui. Mifui is on Twitch right now. It's between Mifui and today. Oh, Mina, that's the one that's missing. No, I know. The first 3 episodes are on YouTube. The rest are on Twitch. Yeah, better not perfect. And yeah, look, there's a better not perfect and done, but there's a certain level of. I got nothing. I'm at that time. Anyway, I will get.
And you call me a perfectionist.
I'm sorry. Pot calls the kettle
I
black.
am. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I think I have more episodes on my YouTube, and I've been doing this half the amount of time that you have than you do.
Oh no, you're disconnecting. What a shame.
I'm going through a tunnel. Oh no, what a shame. Yay, throw something at him. I agree.
Oh, it's not working. Ah, of course. Hang on. Let's see if I can manually do that.
Ooh, how do I? Ooh, there we go.
Oh, damn it. She's learned that this is a button.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why is it not doing it?
That, my dear, is a good question. Well, guess what is not working.
Rude.
What the? How come that one works?
I don't know, but stretch works. There you go. Well done, babe.
Yeah, well, I'll just T-pose on you for dominance. Anyway,
I have 4,000 points.
oh, I see what's going on.
What?
There's too much stuff in the way because I just saw the water effects coming in from the corner office.
Mm-hmm.
So the walls are blocking all the items and all the water. So that's something for the future to think about, because I am going to eventually create my own custom background. But
See, just like your live streams, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be. I think sometimes it's nicer for people to see when you're not perfect and you are just you. And it's something that I've actually tried to get Chris to understand as well, that sometimes not being perfect and just chatting, people will identify with more than the podcast being completely polished. And like, he spends hours and hours and hours polishing those episodes, which is lovely. It's fantastic. But
well,
yeah,
look, for
I
me,
think sometimes he polishes a bit too much.
I don't polish. I don't polish shit. I spend more
No one
time.
polishes turds, babe.
So thank you for coming to the episode. Um, well, I was trying to get at. I don't polish stuff, but I do more. I spend more time prepping and researching than hitting live. Because the biggest thing for me is making sure that the people are comfortable with the topic they're going to talk about, and make sure that they know what I'm going to be expecting of them, and they don't come into the episode and be like, "Hey, I wasn't expecting you to talk about this." So it's more important that I get those things out of the way. It's more important that I get those things sorted the way we can agree on it, and we can just go into the episode and just be able to focus on talking to each other.
Clamshell, I think it is actually up on Rod's, like, when he's not live, you can go back and look at his videos, and I'm pretty sure it's still up on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, all the latest episodes are still on Twitch. I just need to upload the stuff onto YouTube because it's only a month lifespan on Twitch for old videos. But I've got all the recordings on my computer, so that's going to be one of the things I do for my short break for about a week before I get started on the next episode. Because I've got the laundry list of things I need to do, which includes a background where stuff works and, is me. Because there's no pre-made assets that I've liked so far. So I need to roll up and dust off the old 3D modeling skills for that.
We've lost your model, by the way.
No, you haven't. It's just, yeah.
Off to the side?
Yep. I've lost the sitting pose. Nope. Yeah. On the floor he goes. If I move the camera, stop throwing stuff at me. There we go.
But I'm enjoying throwing stuff at you.
That's what happened to him. Yep.
I don't get to do it in real life.
Well,
there we go.
Now he's dead. I hope you're happy.
Can you reach your drink?
No.
Because that's the most important part, right?
Well, when you have the drink redeem, he just throws water at me.
Let me test that. I did it too recently.
Yeah. See, the problem is that the water effects comes from like another room, so it doesn't reach me.
Are you just going to lie on the floor for the rest of the episode?
Well, do you want to spend 10 minutes trying to find the sitting pose again?
No. I figured you knew where it was.
This program is not very good at finding poses on the fly.
Fairy snuff.
So that's another thing I need to be working on for the thing is getting my Stream Deck ready so I can have all the toggles ready. Because I spent a lot of time on my 2D model and I'm not using that anymore. Full body tracking, but that's expensive and time consuming. Right now I just need to get stuff set up for I can press a button and be like, now he's sitting, now he's doing a T-pose, now he's lying dead on the floor.
I think it's funny that he's lying dead on the floor.
Yep.
I also think it's almost it is midnight. Look at that.
Oh, damn. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does.
Let's see what else. So, gotta work on the
Hey,
model.
hey, babe.
What's up?
Suggestion for next season. Interview Clamshell.
Maybe. What's Clamshell's special interest? Because I do have a couple of people I have lined up. One of which will be get Belva back on. Animation. Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
That would explain that because you do your own model and it's very animated, so that would explain a lot. Ooh.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, good. I was wondering about that because I do have some experience in animation back in the day, so it'd be nice to talk to someone about that. I do want to
I
bring.
would definitely watch that episode.
I definitely want to bring Belva back because one of my goals for this podcast was to talk to people about representation of furries in the VTuber community, and she'd definitely be a good one for that. Going to get
check it. Mina's also live.
Yeah, which I was going to rate her. Who else? I'm going to get a live 2D modeler and rigger. He does both, which is insane. Because drawing a model and getting it animated are two different skill sets, and they both cost an arm and a leg.
This is like, oh goodness, I'm going to stop yawning. When Nikki and I talk about the fact that I do sewing classes on a Thursday night, and as someone who makes wedding dresses, people are like, what the hell are you doing a sewing class for? Well, the sewing class that I go to is all about pattern draping and drafting. I'm very good at altering other people's patterns. Making your own patterns from scratch is a completely different skill. So, her and I quite often, if someone brings in a pattern they want altered, she'll hand them over to me to teach them how to do it. But if it's something that's a brand new from scratch pattern, that's where I go to Nikki and say, hey, I need your help with this. And she's absolutely fabulous. So everybody has different skills, and it's amazing how much little bits and pieces do and don't overlap.
Yeah. Yes. And that's a whole thing about communities, that you just find people who can complement your skill sets and you can make connections. Yeah,
it is all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected.
And it's fun that it's all connected, because it means that rather than being an island, you get to connect with other people who also do similar things to you.
But yeah, so yeah, it's good. I'm definitely looking forward to season 2. I've just keeping the momentum going for this podcast and finding all sorts of cool people to talk about. The special interest has been great. Definitely got reinvigorated by PAX, even though it was my least productive PAX this year.
It was my first PAX this year.
No, like for you.
So,
but you didn't work all day. Didn't have time to build up your pin collection.
No, I was just exploring and seeing what it was all about, and I quite liked it. I really am looking forward to going back next year.
I feel like next year I should just buy a ticket and just go and not work. So
I agree.
So I can talk to.
Let's go and have fun.
So I can talk to all the people I want to, because I didn't get to it any time this year. because people refuse to give me a break from teaching. Well, I was demoing Flesh and Blood all weekend, and I had to spend literally zero time. I was going from, all right, let's finish this session. Did you guys have fun? Go talk to this guy to get some free stuff. Straight on to, hello, have you played a card game before? All weekend.
So this was the first PAX that I've ever been to, which most people who know me well are absolutely flabbergasted about, given that I run board game conventions in Melbourne. I'm very, very familiar with all the guys who run the PAX library. So I decided, rather than doing any kind of volunteering or working, I just wanted to go to PAX and see what it was all about. And I had a really, really good time. And I actually didn't realize how well known I was in the board game community until I went to PAX. And every 5 seconds, I was getting stopped by people going, "Oh my god, Jen, hey, which stall are you working at today?" And I was like, "None of them. I'm just here for fun." So, yeah, but I only went Saturday. I'm a little bit bummed that I was planning on making a very, very cool Bridgerton Regency gown to wear, and I just did not get time to finish it off. So next year, there are some costumes planned, and in the meantime, I'm going to find a Bridgerton ball to go to, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. But definitely looking forward to going back to PAX next year. Definitely want to buy a weekend pass next year because I want to go for more than just one day.
Mm.
And I want to go to some panels next year.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about PAX, Clamshell?
Well,
I didn't realize exactly how big it was as well.
while waiting for Clamp's answer, I'm just gonna sign us off for this season. I definitely enjoyed all the time spent with all the lovely people and learning so much more about the world around me. And I hope to keep that energy up for the next season.
Proud of you, babe.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah, definitely. Oh my god, everyone at the meetup had such nice business cards.
And you didn't? Did you not like your business cards?
Do I not podcast everyone? Are you calling me a nobody?
Your business cards were very nice,
Yeah.
says the person who designed them.
Yeah, nice humble brag.
You loved them. At
Yeah.
least yours didn't have a giant mother effing typo in the middle of them.
Yeah, but that makes yours unique. Alright.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hit the stop recording button because